fourth reason why I think men are not committing to women today is, again, social media. Social media, it's a benefit and a curse. You get to see people and get to know people that you would never know exist, right? You would never know exist because if we didn't have social media, you wouldn't know I exist. I wouldn't know you exist. We wouldn't know. But because now we have social media, we're very much aware of options and therefore the false appearance of options. I was talking to somebody today and I was saying that options isn't a sign that God is saying this ain't the road. Options appear because you're either being tested or tempted. Your bottom line. God tells you this is your wife and you decide to move in that direction, and then this good looking woman shows up out of nowhere. That's not happenstance. That's a test. That's not a sign you made a wrong decision. That's a sign you made the right decision, but the enemy is right there waiting to test your resolve about what God told you. Options, in the appearance of options, is to test or tempt. And because of social media, we have women that are competing with each other, more aware of what's out there than ever. And so we don't only have men that are struggling with the appearance of options, we have women struggling with the appearance of options and being more driven to be attracted to the whole versus to the one. What do I mean by that? A lot of women are more concerned about being attractive to many people. They don't want to be attractive just to their man. They want to be attractive to everybody. And I get it. We want to be desired. Okay, women, that part of the curse on women is we desire to be desired. But now it's out of order because now we have women that they got a man, but they're worried about why other men don't think about them or what other men think about them, or they're posting like they're still trying to attract or advertise for other men and arguing with a man about what they're posting. Why can't I post this? I don't understand this. Why not? You are watching these other women that are girlfriends at best. They may not be nobody's wife, not for long. How they're conducting themselves, and you're saying that's what I want. No, you don't want that. That's out of order. That's why it don't work. When we're so worried about what other people, this random man in Alaska, whether he likes your video or not, or whether some dude at the gas station thinks you're attractive or not. Now we're making our man feel like he's not enough because we haven't dealt with our own insecurities. We're so busy trying to look attractive to the overarching whole. And that's because we don't feel good enough within ourselves. We're too dependent on other people to make us feel good about ourselves. And that's an insecurity issue. And that's another big problem with today's generation. We're incredibly insecure. And because we're incredibly insecure, we're doing all these things to get attention, not intention. And now men are looking at us like, man, they're thirsty. You out here posting yourself twerking with a bikini on to try to get attention from a man to get a like or a follow. That doesn't look like wife behavior. Then we mad at a man because he's sexualizing or objectifying us when you put yourself in that position by what you're posting. You out here posting or showing yourself in different locations, you traveling more than the Harlem Globetrotters, and people trying to understand, what do you do that you're traveling this much? We know you ain't working that type of job that you traveling so much, but you're just allowing yourself to be, I want to be flown out here. I'm seeing this lifestyle. This lifestyle is not attractive to men who are looking for a wife. That lifestyle is attractive to a man who wants you for a night at best or a weekend at best. Let's go to St. Bart's for the weekend and then come back and I don't want to hear from you again. That's not the type. When you have to understand, when you're playing a wife game, you're playing the long game. What does that mean? It'll feel like you're losing before you're winning. It'll feel like you're losing before you're winning. Meaning that men that see you as a wife, they're not going to come at you when they're not ready to be a husband. At least in their own perception of what it means to be a husband. They're going to wait and be strategic. Like, if I'm going to shoot this shot, I'm going to shoot this shot when I'm ready to shoot the shot. So you're going to see men dabble and run around, and then they marry some girl that you ain't even, like, they marry some girl in 6 months that you didn't even see coming. Why? Because women make it about, oh, if I'm there. Men, it's about mentality. If a man is ready to settle down, he gonna marry the woman that is the best option at the time he's ready. Men are not marrying because, oh, the woman's so good. He's marrying because he is ready and she's the best option at the time he's ready. If we get more discipline in our world, men would settle down faster, better. It is better for a man to settle down. It is not better for a man to run amok and sleep with a bunch of different women. That is not good for him. That is not good for society. That is not good for kingdom. It's not good for anybody. You just got a bunch of soul ties. And now, I mean, you leaving your soul open for the enemy on a whole other level. We've seen what lust does to men. It destroys you. So our society running off of lust is not good for men and it's not good for women. But when we're providing the fodder of lust and we're trying to compete with women that aren't going to be wiped up anyway. I mean, they're just not. They're going to be, they might go on a couple dates. They may talk. They may have a couple experiences, roller coaster rides. And we back at the market. I literally have known men, they got their eye on one woman. Because men, God bless them. But they normally got their real eye, the one eye, they're on one woman. There's a woman that they, right now, if I'm ready to settle down, I'm going after her. They're not going to touch that woman until she's ready. They could literally be talking to a woman in their house. There could be a woman in their house right now. They have no intentions at all of actually being with her. Their mind, their eye is still on that one girl that shook their little atmosphere. And they like, look, when I'm ready, I'm going for her. There could be a woman in their face trying to formulate a sentence in the present moment. But they still in the back of their mind, they like, there's that one woman that I had to let go, but I'm coming back for her. She available? Oh, it's on. She's single? I'm ready? Oh, it's on. It's game time, baby. I'm going full throttle with her. I'm not ready yet. I'm going to still deal with this woman. And what happens is we're competing with the woman that's a temporary placeholder. Do I agree with men having placeholders? No. But they have you're competing with a placeholder. You're not competing with the wife. You're competing with the placeholder. You don't even know who the wife is until he's ready. And again, it's the long game that we are not willing to play. We're competing for short-term benefits when you want a long-term situation. I don't want to be a short-term benefit. I don't want to be in the meantime, in between time. And I honestly haven't really met a lot of men that want to do in the meantime, in between time with me. I don't give in the meantime, in between time energy. I just don't. And I'm okay. I've become okay. And ladies, hear me clearly. I've become okay with, okay, if you're not ready, it's cool. Move on. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to try to hold you in my atmosphere. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you figure it out. I'm okay with that. That takes security to say, I'm not going to fit into your puzzle. I'm going to stay where I'm at. I'm going to stay in my puzzle. And then when you're ready to be a part of my puzzle and you want to connect with me, you know where to find me. I'm gonna let a man figure it out. I have enough security in myself that if you're my person and I'm your person, we gonna find each other again. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family, okay? Join my family today.